Hey everybody, my name is DJV. I'm the founder and Fed owner of Decibel Amphil Wrestling since 2K22, founder of ESL Wrestling Archival and History Cataloging Project Fight Forever, and curious about where we've been and excited about where we're going. Welcome to Ringmasters. With me today is an esteemed and honorable person in the community, if you'll pardon the pun. Who do I have with me today?
How's it going? My name is Kazim Arlis, Executive Vice President of Honor Pro.
Hey, it's great to have you on the show, man.
It's good to be here.
How did you get into SL wrestling?
It was actually Pasta Lopez. I can't remember who he was facing, but it was over at VAW when Henry Parker was running it. I knew Pasta from SL Football, and he kind of stayed on me to give it a look, give it a try once I was done playing football. And once I did, that showed me the world of SL wrestling. I looked at other feds out there and ended up joining VWE.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. You said you did SL football before SL wrestling. What was that like?
Very interesting. Um, it's crazy competitive. It is entirely skill based and it understanding the system, things like that. It's a whole other beast.
Yeah, what little I've seen of SL football looks really cool. It just, yeah, it looks like it can be a bloodbath out there sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any personal connections to real life pro wrestling at all?
None. I've been a fan since some of my earliest memories are watching with my grandfather. He was a huge Undertaker fan, which means I'm a huge Undertaker fan. And
Heck yeah, heck yeah. That kind of generational fandom is always cool to see.
yeah, definitely.
How would you describe yourself as a Fed owner?
Um, I ch- I'm one of the guys to an extent. Um, I I'm right there with them. I'm working, helping on creative, coming up with stuff for trying to come up with stuff for myself just as much as I'm coming up with stuff for others. I think at this point I'm spending more time coming up with cool ideas for everybody else because they're so good at pulling the stuff off than I do focusing on me. I'm kind of on autopilot at this point.
Yeah,
um,
I definitely know how that feels.
but yeah, just I think it helps me because they see that I'm doing the work just as much as I'm on them about their performance and about the quality that they're putting out. I'm right there with them. Hell, I'm rewatching shows sometimes to see what I can see and what people need to work on, and they hear me talking and coming up with ideas, all that.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. So, how did your Fed get started? What are kind of the origins of it?
Um, I was approached by the two owners, Kat and Kieran Darkwatch. They had previously ran a fed called DIE, Dark Imagination Entertainment,
Hmm.
about 4, 5 years ago. Was when they closed shop. Um, and they had left VWE. I had left about that same time. And they wanted to do something new and get back into running a Fed and asked me if I wanted to help out. And it went from just kind of helping out, providing ideas and advice here and there to helping run the whole ship.
Awesome, awesome. What are some of the most memorable moments to you in your Fed's history so far?
The very first end game. Endgame is kind of our WrestleMania. That's our big deal.
Hmm.
And being able to pull that off, the skill that we pulled off, the crew, the shows, we did 2 nights of shows, and both nights were amazing. Both nights were insane. Um, People kind of, because of that, people kind of expect that, oh, it's in game. Are people going to die today? Because we collapsed buildings on people. We crashed a spaceship into the crowd. We blew something up.
That's pretty awesome.
It was a lot. We killed a lot of avatars that day.
Oh, what does the calendar hold for your Fed in the near future? Any big events that you're excited about?
Yes. We just started back after in game every year. We take a break off, so we've just kicked off the third year of Honor Pro. Um, we are a few months out from starting it. We are doing another virtual World Cup, which is a 16-person tournament, intergender. Half the roster from Honor Pro is going to fill the slot, or half of the slots will be filled by members of Honor Pro, and we reach out to the entirety of SL Wrestling to open up the other 8 slots and do a tournament to see who comes out as the V1 champion for that year and get a nice, pretty trophy to put on their mantle.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm gonna pivot over a little bit. What is your Fed's approach to booking?
It's everything that we do is very story driven. We push long-term storytelling a lot. What you did in year one is still what people did in year one is still coming up, and it's still applicable to things that they're doing. We try to take a logical approach to character development. We and it's mostly self-driven. I allow the talent to do what they want with their characters, present their characters the way that they want within certain parameters. Like, we need you to be a face, or if we need you to be a heel, things like that. But beyond really alignment and making sure that it makes sense and that what you're doing isn't stepping on someone else's toes, they're free to do what they would like and tell the stories that they want.
Awesome, awesome. What are some challenges you and your team face when creating compelling storylines?
So, because of the fact that we try to keep long-term planning, um, for the title picture, I'll plan that out about a year in advance. So I more or less know what the title picture looks like for Endgame 3 already. The challenge in that being that real life can and does often happen to entirely derail whatever that plan is. So just keeping in mind that plans are set in jello.
That's a really good way of putting that. Oh, how do you foster a positive and productive work environment for your team and wrestlers?
Uh we have our Discord open to the community. We have space for me to give. We have a channel. It's titled just wholesome, and just that, if you want to hear some positivity, if you need something to smile about, something like that, we got that for you. We also have a space for people to vent, to just get something off their chest, to reach out or tell someone that they need someone to reach out to them if they're going through it. And I am at least once a week doing team building type stuff, streaming something wrestling for everyone, or on a big pay per view, streaming that for whoever wants to watch, and having that open to the public. Sometimes doing just roster specific things. Giving we do awards to show when people are going above and beyond in putting in the work and just giving people recognition over the efforts they're putting in.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. How do you deal when the inevitable disputes between wrestlers and others comes into play?
Um, we talk it out. I typically will hear whatever they're wanting to do. If it's I haven't had too many issues, honestly. The roster just does what they need to do. They talk their issues out a lot more than honestly I expected to see. There's not much issues that I can say I've had to deal with. Knock on wood,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's always good to hear. That's always good to hear. Oh, do you have any tips for new Fed owners on building and maintaining a fan base and roster?
stay active. Um, One of the things that I see is once once the advertisement, once the reaching out, once the talking to others stops, that's when you start to see the dwindling. That's where you start to see the crowds shrink and things like that. Whether that be from other feds and other members of the community coming to watch, or just unique avatars within the wide world of Second Life, um, being outwardly present, social media, in world, keeping your name out there and doing shows in different places. Uh, that you got to keep that.
Oh, certainly, certainly. How do you handle conflicts such as troll and griefer attacks and ensure a safe environment?
We have open communication during shows. The majority of the roster actually will stay in Discord together, hanging out, talking, things like that. We also have um, the group chat open in world during the show for to pass any type of messages to each other. And we have a security team led with Vi Winchester. They are specifically at the show to keep an eye out for anything like that and pick them off before they can cause any harm to the show or the fans.
Heck yeah. What do you consider to be the keys to successful marketing and promotion of your wrestling fed?
Creativity. Um, you have to come up with something entertaining, something that people care to see. And because you could have the best message in the world, it doesn't matter if nobody cares to hear it. So finding a way to make that entertaining and relatable to whatever the audience you're looking to cultivate is. Um, so you got to be very honest in what crowd are we trying to attract here, and put in the work to make sure you're appealing to that.
Hmm. How do you gather feedback from fans?
We do meet and greets after every show. So after once we close the ending music, we open up voice, the roster comes back out, everybody kind of talks to the crowd, gets to know some people, things like that.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Plus they're in the server, so they have a direct line to all of us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Has your Fed put on any shows for charity in the past?
Yes, we actually just finished our first charity of the new year on the first. We had Mags Nilrum's Big Gay Brawl, which was a charity show at the Golden Stallion to raise money for the Trevor Project. We raised just over $200.
Well, that's awesome. Heck yeah.
It's a crazy show.
What is your vision for the future of your Fed?
I would like to make Honor Pro. My ultimate goal is to make Honor Pro uh, a known commodity within SL. I want when people think entertainment, not just wrestling, not just combat sports on Second Life, anything like that. I want entertainment to bring up Honor Pro's name because that's goal number one. That is what we're here for, and that's what I tell everybody in almost every pre-show meeting, that that's our priority: smiles on faces, asses in seats. So
Cool, cool. All things must end sometime. What legacy do you hope to leave as the owner of your Fed?
I would like to be known for the story. um Everybody does cool moves, everybody can get a dream match, but when you look 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, nobody's remembering how you had this one really good random match. It's the stories, it's the moments that capture people. And I want to be able to leave behind as many positive memories as possible.
Heck yeah. Last question. Do you have any predictions or hopes for the future of SL Wrestling?
I think the face of SL Wrestling, I think the look of the community as a whole in another 2 years is going to be nothing like we see now. Even today, this doesn't look anything like the SL wrestling community that I started in, and that's only been just over 6 years now. So it's ever changing, ever growing. And I think it's going to be something to see in this resurgence of the community.
Indeed, indeed. Well, Hammer, I appreciate you stopping in and talking with us. Do you have any pluggables that you want to plug before we
Thank
end the show?
Thank you. You can catch us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. SL, every Sunday, at 5 p.m. We live stream on Sasha Cat's YouTube. And we're also about to start brand new show, brand new promotion. You can catch them on Sorelia, the same sim that Honor Pro performs at their developmental. You can see a lot of developmental talent for Honor Pro there, and including some of the Honor Pro veterans coming over to help out things like that. That Fed is called Unrivaled Wrestling Universe. And their very first show is going to be this Wednesday on the 18th, 4 p.m. It's going to be something to see.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Well, for Premiere and for Ringmasters, I'm DJV, and we hope to see you next time for our next episode. Until then, have a great night, and we'll see you next time.